Hey guys, welcome back to the cookie jar. Today we're doing the 5th recipe from the Fudge Cupcake Murder. They are called the surprise cookies. These pages and this page. So we're not reheating the oven today because these have to chill. I believe it's for an hour. So what you're going to need is a cup of melted butter, that's 2 sticks, 1 cup of white sugar, half a cup of brown sugar, 2 beaten eggs, just whip them up with a fork, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, half a teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 2 tablespoons water or coffee if you have some left over from breakfast, 3 cups of flour, no need to sift, 1 package bridge mix or assorted chocolate candies. And then it's got a little, if I can't find bridge mix, I like to use chocolate wafers or Hershey's assorted miniature candy bars cut into 4 pieces. You can even use full-size chocolate candy bars if you cut them up into small pieces. And then it says 4 to 5 dozen walnut halves or pecan halves. It does say it needs to chill for an hour. Overnight is fine too. They are actually going to be baked at 375, so that is a major difference with this one. It says it should give 8 to 10 dozen depending on cookie size. And then the little thing at the bottom is, when I use Hershey's miniatures, Mother always tries to guess which cookies I have the crackle bars inside. If she gets one with a piece of Mr. Goodbar, she gives the pieces to me. I love Goodbar, but I like peanuts. So. Okay, everything is laid out in the kitchen, so let's get in there and get started. And here is everything we'll be using today. So we have our melted butter in the bowl. To this, we are going to add the cup of white sugar and the half a cup of brown sugar to mix all of this together. Okay, to this, we're adding our 2 beaten eggs. Next, we add the teaspoon of baking soda, the half a teaspoon of salt, the teaspoon of vanilla, and the 2 tablespoons of water. I'm just going to get that mixed. Alright, to this, we are adding our 3 cups of flour. And that's it. That's all that goes inside. This is the dough we have right now. It's a bit like a sugar cookie dough, but it's very loose. So, pop this in the fridge for an hour and we'll see where we're at. Okay, so now we have our dough. We have our dough that has been chilled for about an hour and a half. Then we have our bridge mix that's going inside of our cookies. And then we have the walnut halves that are going on top. Okay, so it out. Random piece, push it inside, and then roll it up. It is still very soft and a little sticky. I'm not liking how soft the dough is. Now, something I will point out is in the ingredient list, it says walnut halves. In the instructions, it says walnut or pecan halves. So, whichever nut you like more, whichever nut you have on hand, is what you're going to want to use. Alright, that's our 12 balls. I'm just going to put a walnut on top of each one. So here is our first tray. I'm just gonna get the rest of these rolled up and we'll see what our count is. So there's 53 cookies. That's 4 and almost a half trays. They're going in at 375 for 10 minutes. They're gonna cool on the trays for 2, and then they'll go to the wire rack to finish. So we have finished baking. Here's all of the cookies, front and the back of the surprise cookies. Now, let's talk about these. The dough itself said an hour to chill in the fridge. It was not cooperative. It wasn't. I ended up having to scoop it and then refrigerate it and scoop and fridge. It got to the point where I was just sticking it in the freezer for 10 minutes, trying to get everything done. It didn't make very many compared to some of the other recipes we've done, especially lately when you're getting almost 100 cookies a batch. They spread funny for some of them. So I don't know if this particular recipe was worth it. I don't know. There's something weird with the dough ratio or something. Because it was a pain to deal with. But let's try it. Overall thoughts. It is not worth it. It is not worth it. This was a lot of effort and a lot of time for a plain tasting cookie with a teeny tiny little morsel inside. And the walnut on top just doesn't need to be there. This was a horribly thought out cookie. It was. There's nothing to say. Is it edible? Yes. But they're not. They're just not. Would I make these again? No, I wouldn't. I mean, you could probably have taken sugar cookie dough and put at least 2 of those bridge things. Now, I know they kept talking about doing the Hershey ones and cutting them into 4, which would be a lot bigger than those bridge mix pieces and probably would have worked out better. I actually wish I would have done that because I think it would have worked better. Is it a fail? No, because it did make something. It is tasty. It is just not worth the time and the effort for a product that you could have made 500 other ways. It's just not. Now, the next one we're doing is Andrea's Pecan Divines are the cookies we are making next week. As far as I can tell, they're a pecan cookie with chocolate chips, so that should be pretty tasty. If you are interested in seeing those get made, join us next week at the Cookie Jar. Bye guys, have a good one.